Hey guys, thanks for joining me for this set of yoga classes. What I wanted to do and what I wanted to share with you all is a set of practices based around different spiritual symbols. There are so many, but I'm going to mainly choose some from Buddhism and from Hinduism, as that's where the roots of yoga lie. Today we're going to look at the mandala, and the mandala is this symbol from Hinduism. There's also a very similar symbol in Buddhism, the wheel of life, and the Enzo symbol. And this mandala is that kind of very pretty pattern, circular pattern that you see floating around. It's the idea of the circle of life. It's also the idea of impermanence. So these mandalas can take hours to build out of petals sometimes, very, very intricate patterns, and then once they've served their purpose, they get wiped away and destroyed. So it's that idea of non-attachment, the idea of impermanence, and then also the circle of life as well. So our practice is going to be inspired by that. My mat setup, and you might want to do the same, is side on today, because we're going to be travelling around our mats. So for you to see best, you probably want to do the same. You might want to use a yoga block if you've got one, or we've been using books as well, kind of a hefty book will work just as well. You might also want a pillow just to make your practice a little bit more comfortable if you need it. I will see you on the mat. So just beginning your practice by finding any comfortable seated position. This might be cross-legged, but doesn't have to be. Maybe you elevate the hips by sitting onto a pillow or something similar. And just beginning by arriving into the physical sensations of your body. So noticing how it feels to sit in the position that you've chosen. Noticing how it feels to breathe in and out through the nose without controlling it. And then anchoring yourself into your surroundings, maybe in keeping with the mandala symbol, just moving around in a circle and listening to the soundscape around you. And slowly begin to take our awareness to the breath. As you inhale, trace the breath all the way up the body. As you exhale, trace it back down like an anchor. Inhale, feeling it rising all the way up to the chest. Exhaling, lowering it back down, rooting you down to the floor. Inhaling, rising up. Exhaling, rooting down. And then we'll start to find a practice with our breath where we imagine it like a circle. And we've done this before in class, but you imagine as you inhale, the energy of your breath travels up through the front body, all the way up past the face, up over the crown of the head, and then travels down behind you as you exhale. And you create this kind of circle, big long circle all the way around your body with your breath. And just keep finding that circle, breathing in, tracing up, exhaling, tracing back and down and round and grounding you into the floor. And just keep going with this circular breathing meditation. Really, really lengthen the breath as much as you can as well. And just starting to invoke that idea of that circle, that continuous movement. And just slowly closing off the meditation, bringing the hands into the heart space. And just bow your head down to the hands to begin your practice. We'll start to move, again, quite meditative with our movement. Taking the hands out and up, deep breath in, bring the hands up over the head. And then back down into the heart space, into Namaste. Again, out and up, this time with a deep breath in. As you exhale, hands into the heart space, Namaste. Inhale out and up. Exhale into the heart space. This time go back up as you inhale. Exhale, hands wide and then down and into the heart. So just reversing it, up and wide and down into the heart. Just take care if you've not got a lot of space around you. Take a deep breath in and out and down and into the heart space. And just really arriving into this practice. And take the hands back up with a deep breath in. And then bending over to the left hand side. Take the right hand up and over your head. A nice gentle side bend, so you don't have to go very far here. Really focus on lifting up and over and all of the length up the right side. Inhale to center and then go over to the other side. So again, not very deep. Focus on the length up the left hand side of the body. All the way out into center. And if you're sat on a pillow, might be a time to come off of it. Obviously, if you still want to use it, then please do. We'll take the hands out and up. We'll take a deeper side bend now. So again, over to the left. This time, see if you can shine your heart towards the sky and start to find that rotation of the chest. I'm going to come all the way forwards and down as you exhale. And inhale back up to the other side, lifting the left hand. Exhale down. Lift the right hand. So we start to create that cycle of side bends, down, forwards, and then over to the other side, lifting the left hand, and down, and lifting the right hand. Try and link with your breath. Exhale down, and inhale up. Exhale down, and we'll come into center. Find a big reach out with the fingertips, pads connecting to the earth. Shine the heart forwards. As you exhale, round down, tuck your chin to your chest. So like finding a cat-cow here. We're taking inhale, heart forwards and up. And exhale, rounding down as much as you can while still outstretching the arms. Inhale, forwards and up. Exhale, really rooting down into the earth. Inhale, up. And exhale it down. Just enjoying that connection. And then we can interlace the fingers in front of us. Keep drawing the shoulders towards the ears. You might want to flip the palms, but you don't have to, as you reach the hands all the way up over the head. And then exhaling, bringing them in front of you again. So creating that big stretch all the way up with an inhale. And then that rounding down with an exhale. Inhaling forwards and up, really reaching the arms. Exhaling forwards and down. Inhale forwards and up. And exhaling forwards and down. And come forwards and up, deep breath in. And then this time, taking a side bend, keeping the hands as they are if that's comfortable. Over and then over to the other side. All the way into center. Release the hands and then drop your right hand down your spine. Take your left hand onto the right elbow and just open out through the shoulders, the chest and the armpits. So we're going to be taking quite a lot of kind of reaching up into the sky to create that soft mandala feel. So just opening out here, preparing ourselves for some of the poses we've got to look forward to. Reaching the hands up into the sky, let's do that on the other side. So left hand drops down the spine and then the right hand comes onto the elbow. Keep opening out through the chest, but keep supporting into the lower back. Imagine that you're leaning against a wall with your lower back. Reaching the hands to the sky and then bringing the hands into the heart space. So we'll just release from our cross-legged position, swing round onto hands and knees, root down through the hands, root down through the knees and the feet. Push down, we'll just rock back and forth just to get the hands used to weight bearing, get the wrists used to weight bearing, especially as we've had a week off of yoga last week.
And you can circle the wrists. Remember, popping the hand into a fist will make that into a deeper circle. Deeper stretch, sorry. Maybe taking the backs of the hands onto the floor as well, and then do that with the other hand as well. So both hands, both directions. And then a stretch with the back of the hand onto the floor. And coming back into your tabletop position. Pushing down, let's drop the belly. Take an inhale, heart forwards and up. So keeping with this cycle of cat-cow. Exhale as you round the spine. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale and round the spine. Inhale and lift. Exhale to round. All the way into center. And take side to side. So look at your left foot. Inhale to center. Exhale as you look at your right foot. Just stretching out through the side into center. Exhale to look at the left foot. Into center. Exhale to look at the right foot. Into center. Exhale left. Into center. Exhale right. And all the way into center. Let's just extend our tabletop position. Pop the forearms down to the floor and just drop the heart down to the mat. And feel free to use your pillow underneath your head if you need this, or a block underneath your head if you need a bit of support. Just go as far as feels good in the shoulders. You might like to swing the hips from side to side. This is really therapeutic for the hips and the lower back. So this is puppy pose. Coming all the way up, back into your tabletop position. Nice long tabletop again, and we'll curl ourselves forwards, push the floor away, and then pull forwards and lower yourself all the way down one long line. Push the feet into the floor, roll the shoulders, and take a deep breath in as you lift your heart. Lift your hands off of the mat. Try and see if you can get your elbows at a 90-degree angle, right angle. And then pushing yourself all the way back and up. Knees wide, sit down into child's pose and just surrender down to the earth. So child's pose is our processing pose to just rest. We're going to come forwards again, lower down. So this is the cycle. We roll the shoulders, we rise up into cobra, those three poses. Cobra being the second, and then pushing back up, the third pose being your child's pose, your processing pose. When you're ready, take an inhale, curl forwards. Exhale, lower down. Roll the shoulders, rise up cobra, maybe a little bit higher if that's comfortable. And then reverse it back into child's pose. Tune into the breath. So take an inhale, roll forwards. Exhale as you lower down. Inhaling into a cobra of your choice. Exhale it back down. Roll the shoulders, push back into the hips. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale, rise up cobra. Exhale back down. Inhale, push it back into child's pose. We can just take an extra moment to settle into our child's pose here. Really root the hands down into the mat, spread the fingers wide. And when you're ready, walking the left hand into the center, thread your right arm under as much as is comfortable. And we'll take a twist here, a lovely twist. So shining the heart out to the side. You might like to walk that left hand further over to the right hand side if you want to get a deeper twist. Really try and resist sinking down into the floor. So we're trying to open the chest here. If you feel this is too much, just taking that on the other side, releasing out into center, trying to catch up with myself. If you feel that this is too much, you can just gently lift the hips a little bit and take a bit more pressure off, and then releasing all the way through. So having done both sides, coming up into center, into all fours, and then tucking the toes, lifting the hips into downward facing dog. Take a lovely bent knee downward facing dog here. So sending the hips all the way into the sky, lovely long spine. Just take a rock from side to side with the hips, just like we did in puppy pose. And then extending your down dog, come really high onto the balls of the feet. And then just see if you can soften a little bit more. We're going to come high onto the balls of the feet. This time curl all the way forwards into plank, high plank. Feel free to lower down the knees if you need to. But we're going to rock ourselves back and up, back again into downward facing dog. So another circle here. Curling up and forwards into plank. Bending the knees, and you can touch the knees to the floor. And then come all the way back up into down dog. Curling forwards into plank. Bending the knees. And then back up into downward facing dog. So that lovely circle all the way forwards. Really, really engage. Push the floor away. Bend the knees. Back up into downward facing dog. So just moving between down dog and plank. And then stepping the feet forwards. And come into a lovely forward fold at the top of our mat. Lovely deep bend in the knees if you need to. And just like we've done with puppy pose, with down dog, just take a rock from side to side. So we're trying to find that kind of constant lilting motion in the body. Make sure the top half of the body is really soft, and then rolling up through every single vertebrae, coming all the way up to standing. And we'll just take a moment to settle here, so you can take a moment to adjust, take a drink of water. And then when you're ready, finding your Tadasana. Now Tadasana is mountain pose. So feeling as if we're growing mountain roots down into the floor, rising all the way up through the crown of the head. And just like at the beginning, acquaint yourself with your surroundings again. So become aware of the room that you're in. Maybe you're lucky enough to be practicing outside. And then slowly opening the eyes, releasing Tadasana. You can stay facing in the direction that you're facing. I just wanted to come and face you. So we take the hands all the way out and up. Take a hold of the right hand with the right wrist with the left hand, and bend over to the left hand side. Inhale to center and go to the other side. So more side bendy stuff. Inhale into center. This time take Kali Mudra, and then taking circles all the way around. So Kali Mudra is leaving the first finger out. So we're going to extend those side bends into now a circular motion. And you can shrug the shoulders up to the ears for a little bit more energy. Going in one direction with the circle. And then going in the other direction. So we feel the chest opening. Maybe we take a little back bend as we go up to the top. And just really enjoy this movement, this fluid movement. And then all the way up into center. Let's bring the hands down to the heart space. So we're going to take 5 sun salutations now. Sun salutations being kind of the real flow of our yoga. So hands to the heart space. Hands out and up. Deep breath in. As you exhale, fold all the way down. You can bend the knees. Take an inhale to halfway lift a flat back. Exhale back down. Plant the hands, step one foot back and then the other foot back, and find yourself into plank pose. Pull forwards and up in your plank. Squeeze the thighs together. Lower down knees, chest and chin. And then inhaling, rising up, cobra, push the feet into the mat. Lower down. Rise back up, reverse that lower down. All the way up into downward facing dog. So just reacquainting ourselves with this basic sun salutation. Deep breath in down dog. Deep breath out in down dog. Stepping one foot forwards and then the other foot forwards. Rising all the way up, hands out and up. So our second time, trying to really link with the breath. Hands out and up. Deep breath in. Exhale down. Inhale halfway. Exhale back down. Stepping one foot back and then the other foot back. Pull forwards. Hold the breath. As you lower down, it's an exhale. Inhale, rising up. Exhaling back down. Inhale, reverse the lower down. All the way up into down dog with an exhale. You take an extra breath and then step forwards. Rising all the way up, hands out and up. Maybe getting a little bit faster now into our third round. Take an inhale, hands out and up. Exhale down to the floor. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale it back down. Stepping one foot back, maybe the opposite foot this time. And then the other. Deep breath in and hold. And then lowering down knees. Chest and chin. Snake it forwards. Cobra. Rise up. Inhale. And back down. Reverse that lower down all the way back. And then rising into your downward facing dog. You can take an extra breath. Stepping forwards. Rising all the way up. Deep breath in, hands out and up. And then into the heart space. Inhale, out and up. Exhale, down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, back down. Stepping back. Inhale and hold. Exhale, lower down knees, chest, chin. Inhale, snake it forwards and up, cobra, maybe a bit higher. This time we'll exhale straight back into downward facing dog. Extra breath if you wish. And let's step it forwards. Rising up with a deep breath in. And then hands to the heart space. Inhale, out and up. Exhale it back down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, back down. Stepping back. Now it's up to you. You can lower down the knees, or you can keep the knees lifted as we lower down chaturanga and into up dog or cobra. Take an inhale, exhale, backwards, downward facing dog. So completely up to you with that one. And then stepping yourself forwards when you're ready. And we'll lower down the knees and find our way into all fours. We'll just take a moment to stretch out. So take a deep breath in, right hand up. As you exhale, thread the right hand underneath the left armpit and find your way into thread the needle pose. There are lots of different things that you can do with this top arm, the left arm. So you could reach it up and over the head. You could support yourself with it. You could take it behind your lower back. But just make sure you do what's right. And if the shoulder doesn't touch the floor, it could be a block underneath the shoulder there as well. Coming all the way out into center. Taking an inhale, lifting the left hand, threading it underneath, maybe block underneath the shoulder, and then choosing what to do with this right arm. So it could be up over the head, could stay where it was, could be behind the lower back. And when you're ready, releasing into center. So hopefully just like a sponge, having wrung out the body after those 5 sun salutations, lifting up into downward facing dog. And then when you're ready, you can step it forwards. And we'll roll up to standing. You can keep your hands by your sides or come out and up and bring the hands in. So just getting yourself ready to find your way through our mandala flow now. So stepping up to the same end of the mat as I am on the video, so we can mirror each other. Maybe giving yourself a little moment to have a drink. And then when you're ready, stepping up to the top of the mat, bringing the hands into the heart space. We'll take a deep breath, reaching the hands out and up. And exhale, diving down all the way over the thighs. Inhaling to a halfway lift. And then exhale it back down. So to mirror each other, you're going to step your right leg backwards. Maybe taking your right hand onto the block here. Pushing down, your back knee can be on or off the floor. Reach your left hand up into the sky and take a circle. So back, down, forwards and up with your hand. And really finding that twist. And then coming down, lower down your back knee, lower down that right knee. And then reach both hands all the way up into the sky, perhaps finding namaste with the palms together. Shine the heart forwards, but grip down into the floor with the front foot. Tuck your tailbone in center and engage the lower belly. Lowering down the hands, you can move that block now, perhaps onto the other side of your leg. And then swiveling the back heel down, finding the front foot cutting off the middle of the back foot. And we'll take ourselves all the way out and up into Warrior Two. So your left knee is forwards and your right knee is backwards. Tuck the tailbone in center, reaching out through the hands. Reaching all the way up with a deep breath in. Reaching out and back into Warrior Two, tracing that knee forwards. Inhale up. Exhale it out and back into Warrior Two. Reaching down with your back hand and then lifting all the way up through that left hand, finding our peaceful warrior. All the way through into side angle. So your front elbow, your left elbow is going to come onto your front thigh, and your top hand is going to reach all the way up and over your head. Maybe reaching that front hand down on the inside or the outside of the leg as well. Could be onto a block. And then releasing all the way down into center. We'll find our way into wide-legged forward fold. And you could use a block, a chair. Maybe you've got a bit of furniture in front of you want to hold on to. Shine the heart forwards and then dropping all the way down. We'll do that again. Shining the heart forwards, maybe taking a deep breath in and dropping back down. So really kind of shining out through the backs of the thighs. Coming all the way around over your opposite foot now. So over your right foot, facing the opposite direction on your mat. Rooting down through the left hand, maybe onto a block. Lifting up through the right hand, so you could have the back knee on or off of the mat. It's completely up to you. Taking that circle with the arm, so down, forwards and up. As you come down, the back knee comes down to the floor and we reach both hands up into the sky, maybe into Namaste. Really grip into the floor with that front foot. Breathing and then lowering all the way down, and you can move your block. We're going to lift ourselves all the way back up into Warrior Two on the other side. So the right toes are forwards, the left toes to the long edge of the mat, opening out. Make sure your front foot cuts off the middle of the back foot and gazing over the front middle finger, so the right middle finger. Inhale the hands up to the sky, straighten the front leg. Exhale back out into Warrior Two. Inhale it all the way up. Exhale it out. And we'll find our way into Peaceful Warrior. So reaching back with the right hand, left hand, and then all the way forwards into side angle. Lefts and rights are an issue. Maybe reaching down onto the front or the back of the foot. And then coming all the way down. Wide leg forward fold, and this time definitely do take a block with you or use a bit of furniture. Going to root down through your left hand and reach your right hand all the way up into the sky. Finding a twist, maybe dropping that hand down behind your lower back. We've done this movement a few times. Coming down, switching sides, so root down through the right hand, lift the left hand up into the sky and reaching it down behind you, behind your lower back, perhaps, if that feels good. All the way up into center and down, and then coming back over that first foot, so back over the right foot now. So we're going to continue our journey around our mat. Step backwards, find your way into plank pose. Let's take our vinyasa, so lowering down knees, chest, chin or chaturanga, scooping forwards, cobra or upward facing dog, and then all the way back, downward facing dog. You can step the feet all the way up to the top of the mat. So now we're facing the other side of our mat. Rolling up to standing, take the hands out and up and then into the heart space. So getting ready to travel around on the other side, hands into the heart space. Take an inhale, hands out and up. Exhale, folding all the way down. Now you're going to step back with your right leg again. I get a little bit confused here, but it's definitely your right leg. Stepping back, extending all the way out into your lunge, shining the heart forwards. Don't switch your legs like me. The confusion is real. Shining the heart all the way forwards. Find the block underneath your right hand, rooting down and lifting your left hand up into the sky. So we're twisting towards each other. Spiraling down with the arm, forwards and up. Remember, you can pop the back knee down to the floor if you'd like. And then as we come down, we definitely do pop the knee down. Reach both the hands up into the sky. Coming all the way down. Tucking the back toes, spiral the heel down to the floor. So we are facing away from each other now, but that's okay. Spiraling all the way out and up into Warrior Two. Taking an inhale, hands up into the sky. Exhale, bending into that left knee again. Inhale, hands up into the sky. Exhale, bending into the left knee. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, coming all the way back into your side angle pose. So just moving straight into side angle as opposed to going into your humble warrior here. So see if we can extend this stretch a little bit more. Maybe reaching down through that left hand, maybe onto a block. And then coming all the way into center and dropping your head down. We can shine the heart forwards and then lowering down. So the heels are ever so slightly out, the toes are ever so slightly in, just moving up and down with the chest. And then all the way around over your right foot. So we can root down through the left hand, we can lift the right hand up into the sky. Take a spiral all the way down, forwards and up. And then lowering down, back knee down to the floor, reaching the hands up into the sky into Namaste. All the way back over to the first side of our mat. Coming all the way down. Rising yourself back up. Warrior Two on the other side. Spiral the hands out and up. Take an inhale, reach the hands up. Exhale, bend into that right knee again. Inhale up. Exhale, bend into the right knee again. Inhale up. Exhale, right knee in straight into your side angle. See if we can go a little bit deeper here into your side angle. Really grip down through that left foot. Maybe your hand comes down onto a block on the outside edge of your foot. Tuck the tailbone underneath. And then all the way down into center, into that wide leg forward fold again, where we're going to take some twists. So root down through your right hand, lift your left hand up into the sky. Lowering down, left hand down, right hand up into the sky. And we'll come back to the first side again, just moving a little bit into this twist from side to side, back all the way over to the left. And then all the way around. And stepping back, find your plank pose. Push the floor up and away, and then lowering down, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga, upward facing dog, maybe cobra, all the way up into downward facing dog. So taking an extra breath here, settle into the body. And we can step the feet forwards. Just rolling all the way up to standing, inhaling the hands out and up and bringing them into the heart space and just processing that mandala flow that we've just explored. You take a few deep breaths. Maybe close the eyes. And when you're ready, releasing for a balance challenge. So we're going to balance first of all on the right leg. You could bring your hands to the heart space or to the hips or out to the side, wherever you need. Maybe use a wall as well. When you're ready, this is our practice run. Lifting through the left knee. Kicking out through the heel. Straighten the leg as much as you can. Doesn't have to go straight. All the way out to the side and do the same thing. So kicking out through the heel. All the way in, around to the back and kick out through the heel. Warrior Three. Maybe there's some wobbles. We go across diagonally, so over to the right hand side with your left foot behind you, and then all the way into center. So that is the kind of round the world movement that we're going to take. See if you can take that in your own time, so you don't have to follow me, but just see if you can travel all the way around in a circle through those different places and just explore those different shapes, maybe wobbling. And if you are practicing with someone else at home, maybe you can kind of use them as a little support, and coming all the way around, eventually back into center. So the aim, in inverted quotations, is to go all the way around and then come all the way back, testing if we can not drop our foot. So test it out on the other side. So lifting your right knee, kick it out in front of you, wobble a lot, out to the side, kick it out to the side, all the way around to the back, warrior 3, and kick it backwards. So really do take this in your own time. You don't have to follow me at all. I think I'm rushing a little bit because I find this super hard. We cross it across us and back behind, all the way into center. So we're going to take a circle around with that right knee, all the way around, all the way backwards, and then maybe crossing it behind you. You might see if you could touch the fingertips to the floor and come back up. This is definitely my wobblier side. Remembering you can use the wall as well. Just be kind to yourself and let's just have a little bit of fun with it as well. And release whenever you're ready. Give the legs a good shake. And we'll find ourselves coming down to the floor. Lift the heels as high as you can. Take the hands out in front of you. Another challenge. Bending into the knees and lower down as far as you can while keeping the heels as high as you can. If this doesn't work, please find another way to get down onto the floor. Maybe opening ourselves out into toe stand. If toe stand doesn't work for you, sit your hips down and take the same shape here with the soles of the feet together and the knees apart. If we are in toe stand, we want to think about pulling up and away from the heels, even though we're sinking down. So don't drop down onto the heels. Bring the hands into the heart space and test out your balance. Maybe you're feeling really balanced and you want to take a moment of side bending from side to side. And you could cheat a little bit here and take your hands to the floor. Bringing the hands into the heart space, knees together, and then dropping ourselves down all the way onto our mat. And you could sit down in hero's pose or swinging yourself around onto your bum. Finding our way into turtle pose. So you could support by sitting onto a block or a pillow if you needed to. You can also sit on the floor. So the feet go nice and far away from your tailbone. And we round ourselves down, so creating a little turtle shell with our spine. You might want to have your hands underneath your lower legs or just taking a hold of the feet, whatever feels best to you. When you're ready, rounding down and just cocooning yourself into this lovely gentle stretch. If your knees feel like they've got a little bit too much pressure on them, then you could slide pillows underneath there as well and just really give yourself a bit of a moment to restore and feel supported. And you could also bring a pillow onto the feet and rest your forehead down. And tuning into the breath. Ground yourself into your surroundings again. And begin to settle the body down, ready for rest. And when you're ready, you can just begin to consider releasing the pose. Just maybe draw yourself back into the current moment. And then moving. This is completely optional, so you could stay still or you could interlace the fingers behind your lower back and draw the hands up and away from you. Intensifies the pose a little bit, but mainly into the shoulders. You could rock from side to side here. And then completely releasing, rising all the way up. Let's come back into a cross-legged position. So please do sit on your pillow if you need to. Bringing the hands, palms face down onto the knees. And allowing the eyes to close. And just arriving back into the breath as well. Deepening every inhale, lengthening every exhale. And we'll come into another meditation involving the breath. So at the beginning of our practice, we looked at this meditation where we found a circle all the way up the front body as we inhale, all the way down the back body as we exhale, and creating that loop. This time, I want you to imagine that around your body, there are thousands and thousands and thousands of versions of that circle. So just feel the breath circling all around the body in all directions. And when you're ready, you can flip the palms up to the sky. And then slowly bring the hands to the heart space to close off this meditation. Accepting all of the gifts that the practice has given us. And then slowly swinging yourself around to find any comfortable lying down position. You can roll down onto your backs, nice and slowly. And just hug the knees into the chest. Take a moment to help us to settle into that rest again. Maybe rock from side to side. Maybe circling around with the knees as well. One direction and then the other. And then it's just for one final stretch out just before we settle into our Shavasana. Extend the right foot up to the sky. Bring the hands behind the calf or behind the thigh. And just hugging this all the way in towards you. Maybe extending out through the left leg if that feels good. So just one final stretch out again, just a bit like wringing out a sponge. Ironing out the body. Let's bend that right knee and hug it all the way into the chest. And then popping it down other side. Left foot extends up into the sky. Bring the hands behind the left thigh. And then behind the left calf as well if that feels good. Maybe extending out with the right foot. And just feeling any tension dissipate. Bending down into the left knee and hugging it out. And then when you're ready, we'll come all the way around to take that left knee over to the right hand side. So finding a twist. Again, ironing out the body. Perhaps open the hands out into a T shape. You could also keep your hands on your belly or on your hips. And just have a little wriggle so that your chest is as open as it can go. And when you're ready, releasing into center. We'll take that twist on the other side. So right knee into the chest and then over to the left hand side. You might need to have a little wriggle. Opening out through the arms, perhaps into a T shape. Perhaps just keeping the hands onto the belly. Making sure that the chest is as open as it can go. And then when you're ready, releasing all the way into center. And we'll start to find our way into our reclining cow face pose. Again, just ironing out any kinks in the body. Cross the right leg all the way up and over the left. This doesn't have to go very deep at all, but you can just take a hold of the knees, maybe take a hold of the lower legs. Just find a place in this pose that works for you. Maybe taking the feet and finding a gentle stretch into the hips. As you breathe, breathe love into your hips and the outside edges of your hips. Slowly unravelling all the way into centre. You can hug the knees in for a moment, and then we'll take that on the other side. So crossing the left knee up and over the right knee. You could just take a hold of the knees here. You could even pop that right foot all the way down to the floor and just have that cross in a more relaxed way. Otherwise, reaching the hands down onto the lower legs or onto the feet, having a little wriggle, and finding that stretch into the hips. As you breathe, breathe love into your hips. And then hugging the knees into the chest, releasing. Just gently extending the feet to the sky. And you could do this against the wall if you want to have a moment to move towards the wall. You could take legs up against the wall. Maybe just swaying from side to side into your supported shoulder stand. Maybe even coming up into full shoulder stand. So there are a range of options that you could take here. If you take full shoulder stand, just be very wary to keep lots of space in the neck. So just taking an inversion of your choice. Legs up against the wall, supported shoulder stand or full shoulder stand. Wherever you are, you might want to take some variations. So you might want to bend one knee at a time. You might want to send the feet out wide. You might want to just simply circle the ankles. And breathing deeply as well wherever you are. Maybe full shoulder stand as you want to find your way into Halasana, dropping the feet back over the crown of the head. And then wherever we are, starting to come out from full shoulder stand, rolling all the way down through every single vertebrae. You can support with your hands. From supported shoulder stand, just hugging the knees into the chest. And from legs up against the wall, if you're doing that, rolling over onto one side. And then dropping yourself into your Shavasana. So extending the legs. And let's really take a really lovely wide Shavasana. So open the feet as wide as the mat. Extend the arms beyond the mat. Send the palms to the sky. Drop the toes out to the side. And just be here. Accepting all of the movements that we've made, accepting all of the circles that we've taken, accepting that image of the mandala into our practice and into our lives. And then just slowly beginning to close off your Shavasana. So just take a moment to arrive back into your space. Listen to all the sounds that you can hear around you. Maybe wiggle the fingers and toes. Maybe taking the head from side to side. Inviting a little bit of movement into the body. When you're ready, you can bend the knees. Maybe keep the feet on the floor, or you can take the knees all the way into the chest. And then rolling down onto your right hand side. And then we can push ourselves all the way up to any comfortable seat again. Let's bring the hands, palms face down on the knees to ground us. And then into the heart space, bowing the head down to the hands. And touching the knuckles of the thumbs to the space between the eyebrows for kind thoughts. Back into the heart space. And releasing the hands. Releasing your practice.
Thank you so much for practicing with me. I look forward to seeing you on the mat soon. Take care and namaste.